will be so happy for him because that means that boy got 2 of me. Amazing. I wish I had 1 of me and he got 2. Hello. Let me see, maybe there's I need more light. Hold on. It's Jackie here, coming today, feeling fabulous because I went to the salon. Today I made time. As you can see, I got a haircut. My lamp fell. It's one of those days in which I'm feeling myself, you know? One of those days that I am wearing my favorite high heels with my PJs. I like it. Oh, I got a notification. It's a full moon tomorrow. Do you guys do any full moon rituals? I don't do them consistently, but I'm definitely gonna do one tomorrow. I realized that I have to lower my desk so that I don't have to hunch. Hold on. Better. Oh, I have the light over my head. Sorry. I should have been more prepared. I wanted to come and talk to you today because today I am happy. And this light is no coincidence. I am being illuminated today by the universe. So I think I should maybe pull a card for you. Let's check on our vibration today, shall we? I'm bringing a few things. Oh my God. This one has a little bit of glitter on it. That's a happy accident, I guess. Ooh! That's not right. I'm about to pull your card. Unfold. Reversed. And this card talks about being in our shell. Express your potential. Now is the time to step in and do something. I don't believe that if you are vibing with my content, that we are not somehow experiencing the same in manifested in many different ways. Somehow just the same root cause and feeling. And the way that this applies to me is obvious. I just started this channel, and one of the biggest pet peeves that I have is to be misunderstood, especially on purpose. I tell you that you have to be prepared when you put yourself out there and you talk about your life that people that you know are going to watch it. This is the kind of thing that I was hearing more when I was going to start OnlyFans. Yeah, I did it for like 5 minutes and I was never planning on being nude. So I'll tell you about it later, but you have to remember that people that know you are going to watch it. Well, it's the same with when you open up with your life. I mean, if I tell you any details about anybody in my life, those people in my life are going to know I'm talking about them. It is the point of my channel to encourage you to come out of your shell, to show yourself, to say what's on your mind, because even if you're wrong, I mean, you are going to learn something. Let's continue. So yeah, if you are... My cat. This is Salmita. Say, hello. Hello. Ay, amor mío, ¿qué pasa? Anyway, my vibration card was on point to what I'm going through, and that's what I mean when I say that this stuff is magical. I'm gonna pull a card to see where we need to surrender. Go ahead and think of something that has been bothering you and you can't seem to put to rest. You keep thinking about it and thinking about it. Let's see. Surrender to miracles. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. It is asking us to believe the impossible. And in your situation, you have to think about what is the best case scenario that will resolve your situation and live in the know that it already happened. Basically, the key to manifesting is believing that it's possible. Remember that whatever you want can be yours. You just have to do a little bit of inner work to find out what it is that you actually want, because the majority of us do not spend enough time thinking about what we want. We spend more time thinking about what we should do. I dream about abundance, but what I am looking to feel with this abundance is freedom. I want freedom to do what I please. But I don't worry too much about that, because what pleases me is connection, and I have that. So I already have that abundance in my life, and so I am just a magnet for more of it. And this is a nice segue for talking to you about my intentional community. Since I am no longer reading the tarot, I can remove myself from this lighting in which I look illuminated and stuff. So I will move. Okay, I am back. Really love how shiny my lip gloss is. It is from MAC and it has glitter. Look how pretty. I live in an intentional community of 3 members. It is quite exclusive. But it's one of those that if you make it in, then you're in. And don't get me wrong, it can be disintegrated. I mean, if it's no longer working for everybody, then it can be disintegrated. But the thing is that everybody in it wants it to work. And so we all put effort, and it's one of those things that we choose to do that is not easy, that could very easily disturb our peace. But we see the bigger picture. So I live with Jack, my son, and his dad, Mateo. I know that if you bother to watch my videos, you will be bothered by the way I say your name. So I'm going to say it right, just to be respectful. Because it's Italian and it's with double T. Matteo. So I live with Matteo and Jack. And I don't know why I say it like that, but that's how it comes out. But for sure, we can call him Teo. This is the one person I cannot really change the name of, because there is only like the one ex-husband, the one person that I had a child with. So after we separated, we still lived together for a while because we had a house together, and COVID came and nobody was really going out and looking at the house, so we had to stay in the house living together for a while after we got divorced. So we kind of worked out a dynamic that was very respectful. We were sharing Jack, and it was very respectful between us, to the point that I was okay with his new girlfriend to start living with us. I mean, even though they never asked me if it was okay that she moved in, her stuff was there in my bathroom, in my fridge, everywhere. But it's okay, because there is an understanding between Theo and I. He very kindly always welcomed having my mother living with us, gave to everybody that was family. So the reason why, even though our marriage was rocky, I still could see myself co-parenting with him in the future if we happened to get a divorce, which was pretty imminent. But obviously our problems magnified, like everybody's, when you have a kid. So right after 2 months our baby was born, we separated. But like I said, there's always this trust. Like, he was a very good husband, in the sense that he took care of me, and he continued to do so after we separated. Like, he wasn't caring for my feelings at all. Like, hence he brought the new girlfriend to live with us, and he could definitely share the baby right in front of me with the new girlfriend. But the reason that I could not get upset about it was because I was putting myself in his shoes. I was actually thinking that if I was him and I liked this girl so much and I wanted to go for it, I wouldn't want anyone to be an obstacle. So the reason that I am telling you about this is because I want to paint you a picture as to why my decisions, our decisions, don't come from a place of being hung up on each other, because then people make their own conclusions about why we are really together. Even some members of my family really look at me and say, if you were not really going to get back together, so why did you let him move in? So when we finally sell the house and we are no longer living together, we started sharing Jack 50% of the time. And that was not fun for me. That was not fun for me. I would go from having a full week with him in which I can do nothing else but be with him. He is little and I don't have him all the time, so I'm not gonna go put him on a daycare in the week that I have him, because I already don't have him half of his life. So I had like a very full week with him in which I ended up exhausted, always wishing that I had a partner to parent with, because it was really hard to do it by myself and continue to worry about what am I going to do for a living. That was the stuff that I was thinking about when Jack was away. So the time that I had him, I was like entirely focused on him, but it was really unbalanced. It's my point. Because it would be like all the time, but then I would go over here to missing him. I always had very clear that I want to be a good example for Jack. I don't know if this has happened to you, but then you have things that you want to talk to your parents about your childhood, and then they are like all close-minded. They get all triggered themselves like, you're exaggerating. It didn't happen like that. And it's like you cannot have like a conversation with them. Well, that happened to me, and I didn't want to be that kind of parent for Jack. So I decided that I was going to filter everything through those eyes. If Jack happens to ask about this in the future, why did you do this, or why did you act that way? What was your thought process when you came up with this solution to the problem? I did not want to have to say to him that I did it because that I couldn't overcome something that I probably could. That was one rule that I had, only one, and I wasn't willing to give that up. I don't care whose feelings get hurt in the process. Like, I was ready to defend this point. The only thing that I asked is that I am mommy, and whomever is your partner is going to be called by their name. And if him, on his own account, decides when he's older that she has been there to the same degree that I have, and he thinks that she should be called mom, I said, then go ahead. I will be so happy for him, because that means that boy got two of me. Whoa. Amazing. I wish I had one of me and he got two. Yes, this is how I was seeing it for real. So yeah, I wanted essentially for Jack to decide. Overcoming all these things for my son was a lot easier than overcoming them just because somebody imposes them on me. I chose to be a mother and to be the best example that I could to him. So this is what I had to do. And I was very focused on not lamenting any decision that I have made, because whatever decision that I have made, it's to the best of my ability to that day. So I was very patient and kind with myself. And I say this just to tell you that it is the reason why I was able to do it, because I was being this patient and kind with myself, understanding. I was giving myself love. I was giving myself all this free time so that I could just sit and think about what I wanted. And I can tell you that that helped me heal a lot, because I see that everybody around me that is super busy all the time doesn't have the time to get to know themselves, to process what happened in their day, to process whether they're happy with their choices or not. And so I had a lot of time to think about that. And I came to the conclusion that I don't need to follow the same life that everybody does, having the one single family home separated. Like, I have this kid, and even though it doesn't work out between his dad and I, doesn't mean that we cannot make this like intentional community in which we all live together and we all help each other and we all can be open. I really understand when people say that it takes a village to raise children. because it's very demanding. And if you have other responsibilities, then it's like having two jobs for real. That is the story to paint you the picture as to why I chose to live with Jack's dad. I no longer have to be away from Jack for a whole week. Today, for example, I took him for a walk. I was so happy to see him because he was at school and I didn't see him in that time. So then I took him for a walk. And then when we came back, his dad was done working. I went to have coffee with a friend. And then I came back for bedtime and then I read him the story and I put him to bed. And I got to have this wonderful balanced day with him because I have help. I tricked you. I get to have these kind of days even though I'm divorced. I can go away for a weekend and I know that he is in the best hands possible. I think it's really, really important for children to see their parents not fight. I mean nasty fight. It is very healthy for them to see that you resolve conflict in a very peaceful way without calling each other names or being rude and disrespectful. It's very important for them to see that kind of way of relating instead of the toxic ones when we are over emotional and reactive and yell, and we sort of just model this for them, so then they start doing the same and then we start thinking they have a problem and it's like what they have been learning from you. So we are very conscious and intentional about how we want to raise him. We are okay when we point each other to something that we could do better for Jack because we put him first in that way. First before our feelings, no? Because it's important that we both learn and grow because we are very consciously trying to teach Jack, model to Jack healthy relationships. It is a great opportunity for our growth, and at the same time it's like I am showing this to Jack. I am constantly trying to inspire him instead of trying to make him obedient, even though I didn't put any requests in specific as to how it had to happen. I did ask for me to be able to be a part of his life more consistently. So far it happened that we ended up living together again. For now, it works. A lot of my decisions have to be whether I am going to be a better or a worse example for my son. And when I put them through that filter, it really makes my life a lot easier. I know it's super unconventional. Not even my family really comprehends what the hell I'm doing here. Maybe it really helped me believe that it's possible because I met someone when my baby was 6 months. It's the person that I've been dating ever since my divorce, my lover. He understands the importance of that closeness with the family. My lover has been a trooper, but he didn't really like that I didn't use his real name. But he also didn't like that I shared details about him. So I'm in a conundrum because I told him that I am entitled to my story. And if you want me to say nice things about you, then say nice things to me. And even though we have our differences, he is the kind of person that puts that extra in my day. You know what I mean? I enjoy how open-minded he has been with this whole thing and spending time all of us together. I really want to encourage everybody to see it this way. At least try it. Try to overcome yourself in this jealousy that you have and trust in what you got to offer. What you got to offer is enough. And if it's not, why would you want to be like guarding? Trust that you are enough. That what you got to offer is so irresistible that it doesn't really matter. Whatever is flaunted in front of your partner, there's loyalty. I want you to let me know what you think about this because I don't know how many of us exist out there. I am surrounded by people that think it's super weird what we are doing. But somehow, if they watch the Kardashians, have all these kids with all these different people, and apparently they all go on vacation together or something. I don't really keep up with them, but I have seen a few episodes with a friend. They have children, but with different people, and then they all get together and they all hang out. So if they do it, it's not that weird because they are the trendsetters, right? My point here is, think for yourself. What would be the reason why you would prefer to be separated like that and see your child go through all this pain separating from one of you? One of the points that I know a lot of you could make is privacy. Yeah, you don't necessarily have all the privacy, but there are ways to work around it. Nothing stops me from going away a weekend so that I can have peace and quiet if that's what I want. I have done it. Where are you going, sweetie? She's going to the bathroom. I have done that sort of thing. I have booked myself a room somewhere because I wanted to have time away. This is why I said that to me abundance means freedom, because I am free to do all of that. I get to live the best of both worlds, in my opinion. I have overcome a lot of other things that were a lot harder than overcoming these differences, or the fact that there's less privacy, or whatever the little issues are. I feel equipped to resolve our differences, and I think this is going to continue to be great for a long time. So yeah, what do you guys think? Would you guys be able to do that? Am I crazy? Thanks for watching.